All right. Part two. So DM, like I was saying, Maze thinks that I'm one of those acolyte people, and I explain like, no, 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 actually not an acolyte. I'm a former holder myself. And he's like, oh, whoa, you're a former holder. He's like, wait a second, you're not here to fight me or anything, are you? And I'm like, no, 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 no. I was like, no, 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 not here to fight you, but I did want to talk to you about something important. And I'm like, you think we could speak in private for a second? He's like, nah, sure, why not? So he throws back his drink, and we go to walk off for a second. So I flag down that waitress while we're heading out, and I go over and I give her a tip for what she did earlier. She was very thankful. I wonder, like, because I don't know what the coins mean, so I wondered if I gave her like something like $100 tip without knowing it, but I don't really care. So also, I noticed that the person in the cloak is now gone. And now I still sense and see Dawn, but I don't see the other person. So I go over to Maze, and we go to walk off, and like just kind of to a spot away from like the actual Sea Mist Tavern, off to the beach a bit. And as we're walking out there, I suddenly feel like a hand on my back. I feel really like cold and like kind of like just uneasy, and there's a blade in my face. And um and I hear a female's voice saying, like stop right there. And he's like, he's like, Camilla, what are you doing? This is what Maze is saying. And like basically oh yeah, he was saying to her like come on, Camilla, calm down, it's all right, and everything. She's like, I think they might. He's here with somebody else, and I think they might be assassins. And I was like, we are definitely not assassins. And then I hear from behind Camilla, I hear Dawn's voice, and Dawn is like, but we can be if you hurt him and everything. And she's got Camilla flanked like Camilla has me flanked. And May's like, all right, everybody, calm down. Now, remember from what I was telling you before, Maze and Camilla sense like they're really strong. So I don't want to have to like fight them or anything like that. So everything calms down. Camilla walks around and she goes over and she stands over there with Maze. So we start talking and everything, and I'll let them know. I just go for it. I'm like, all right, like listen, have you heard of the Cavern of Light? Both of them have heard of it before. And I was explaining, it's like, listen, Maze, we know about you. We know you're strong. You're a good leader. And like, you seem like a good dude to have in an organization. We want to offer you the opportunity to join. And he was like, you know what? I'm in. I was just kind of like, really? One thing I skipped over. He was like, before we got right into it, he was like, and I was like ramping up to recruit him. He was saying, it's like, honestly, I thought this might have been like an orgy kind of thing. And I was like, and me and like Dawn kind of looked at each other like, what? And I was like, I said, well, we did get here kind of early. And I looked at Dawn, and she's like, like, really? And then I look over at Maze, and he's like, that. But that was just like a funny thing that happened right before I got into recruitment mode. Um, so he was like, you know what, I'm in. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you just got to convince my sister to join too. So I'm gonna go get us some drinks. And he goes walking off, and I look over at Camilla, and she's like, no. So then I'm back in that cell again. Now remember, I keep jumping through time. Remember the three kind of timelines we're dealing with: past backstory stuff that I get through, that I just kind of pick up through memories, and some people explain to me stuff that I guess you can call the present. I don't know, but this is stuff like going from the meetings to meeting Maze and stuff like that. And then we have the time where I'm in the cell. This is cell time. I'm in the cell, and I could tell that I'm missing something very important to me. Don't know what it is. And I see that Maze is in there with me, wearing an eye patch. And he's like, looks over at me and kind of cracks a smile. But it seems like one of those kind of weary, like, hey man, like, like where he's messed up kind of smile. So then after that, I'm back at the cavern, and I'm in my office, the security office, with Lysandra, Maze, and Jing. And the Maze recruitment was 2 weeks ago. I could tell. Nonsense once again.